Lovely, lovely job, Jerry. Lovely, lovely job. Alright, so here we go with the Reaper. Nicely done, huh? Okay, sorry. Yeah, what can I say? And you're going to see different kinds of Reapers here throughout the game. I'm going to spot this one. Let me continue on a little bit, and then I will just kind of show you a little bit more about what's going on here. Oh, okay. Well, alright, I'm going to recall out and re-show it to you then from the front. So here we go, the Reaper difficulty, skulls 1 to 10. You know, let's go up to 10 skull, because why not? I do have my Smite aura on because I want to just get to a Reaper here, but I'm going to try to unsmite it as soon as I see run. I explained the magic gems that'll give you a little bit of spell points to whoever clicks on it. There's only one, and yes, they can be ganked or something, but it's a way to help out our casters in Reaper difficulty, because one of the big pieces of feedback we received was that it just catered toward your melee types, perhaps a little too much, just due to the nature of how tough these creatures are to beat. And as you see here, I am auto-smiting them, which I am doing on purpose, because I want to try to spawn out a Reaper. But, you know, I'm going to turn this off so that you can see if we have any more champions here. Yeah, here we go. So this is an example of one of the champion changes that we're going to be seeing here with perhaps update 34. And that is that the champions are going to have some improved sort of signage above their heads. Alright, I'm going to have to smite. There we go. Sorry about that. Couldn't really do anything about that. I had to get rid of them. Alright, let me pull out another Reaper here. This one will be a Famine Reaper. Like I say, each one's going to kind of have their own sort of focus of attack and things like that to offer, hopefully, a tough time, shall we say, to adventurers foolish enough to take them on. They look pretty rad, don't they? Very cool. And, you know, you will have, at the end, you will get Reaper XP for this as well. You know, the XP is slightly higher based on that. See if I can find another set of... Yeah, here we go. Here's a couple of champs. Alright, see these Cloven Jaw Scouts up here? This is an example. There's a level 2 Reaper, and here's a level, I believe, 3 champion. And then the old school smaller crowns will also still exist. And they aim to give you a little bit more sense of what you can do. So it is a champion damage boost, vulnerable to acid, absorb electric, on hit electric and freedom of movement. And they're going to have various abilities that you're going to get to learn a little bit more of as you get through this stuff. There is a tier of champion that will only show up in Reaper as well, and that's I believe the one you just saw there. Alright, so I guess that's really about all I need to preview of Reaper in that tier. I just kind of wanted to pop in for a few minutes to get people to look at where things sit. You know, they're looking pretty polished and that sort of thing. We are working, like I said, to have one Reaper preview here next week. Hitting for like 2,600 damage. Yeah, that'll kill you. Alright. My understanding is the level is not... Yeah, I believe it actually is similar to regular XP. I'll stay tuned. I'll try to get some more solid info on that, but I know there are restrictions to prevent low-level farming, or higher-level characters farming low-level Reaper content. But, you know, we'll see. I suppose I could do one other thing here, too. I'm not going to go in, because I don't want to... I know a lot of people don't want to be spoiled, but let me show you where you'll be able to find the new quest here when Update 34 arrives. Located near the folks to the Giant Hold here, right on the stands here, there's a Croven Bix who will get you to the new quest, the Tower of Frost. It is on Epic, level 28, 29, 30, and then Reaper, and Heroic at level 14, so 14, 15, 16, and Reaper. And I'm not going to actually go in because I don't want to spoil it for folks. We are going to be doing an Update 34 preview here next week, perhaps, maybe the week after, we'll see. And we'll go a little more spoiler there, but I didn't want to do that on a Friday here. Alright, so let me actually close my client down, and I'll pop on over to the regular Argonescent server here. And we'll just continue some kind of low-level questing for the next 45 minutes. Reaper is designed to be run at level. Can't remember quite. I'm tempted to see. I've got an answer I'm tempted to say, which is that the XP works similar to Bravery bonus in terms of what is going to be offered to you for Reaper difficulty. But I can't remember, and it looks like it may be changed. So let me actually talk to the people who are doing the systems work right now and get back to you. Alright. Ask away. If you guys got any more questions, let me know. We do have this week for our bonus going on a double Mysterious Remnants boost. In addition, we have a Champion Hunter week. So that means that in the Mysterious Remnants vendor here in the Hall of Heroes, everything is back in this store. We've got, the cloaks and crowns and bracers and all the other stuff. You know what? Let me do that. Let me also get a hireling. Hey, Wargarble, you are welcome to join anytime. If you guys want to join me on Argonescent, feel free to do so. Otherwise, like I say, I'm just going to kind of pop through this thing with a hireling. I believe you're right about that, or maybe 17, Gary Hoy. Let me actually do a little conversation with our QA folks, because like I said, it looks like it's maybe at one point it was restricted about when it was offered to you, but since I was level 30 going in on 26, but that would have been 26, 27, 28, 29 perhaps on Reaper, so that might be why I was able to enter it, but I'm not sure, so let me go double check on all that stuff and get back to you. Sorry. But yeah, it's something like that. Yep, let's pop into part two. And I'm actually just going in on normal here just to, because this is a long one and I have to leave at 1 o'clock today. I have a meeting, a phone meeting I need to take. But we got pwned pretty hard, yes, Wednesday on part one on hard, but we did it. We did okay. It just was kind of tough. Switch to a better weapon. Any talk about revamping Defender tanks? Yes, I believe so. I heard someone talk about, here's what we might do were we to do more with Sacred Defender, that kind of thing. So who knows? It could happen. Folding.
The outer courtyard is used as a mustering point, where the slavers meet before going out on raids.
Curse you. Are Reapers considered undead? Yeah, I believe so, but they keep in mind they don't play nice. That is sort of the entire point, is that they do not play nice. So if you think you're going to be able to get through their auras on 10 skull difficulty, you are going to be sadly mistaken. They are here to destroy you, and they are pretty darn good at it. Is Druid going to be the final class for pass? No. Class passing is going to be a forever thing. It's going to be an ongoing concern for probably forever. Because once, even if we theoretically got it done once, we're just going to have to do it again. So, you know.
This part of the complex doesn't seem to have been used for quite some time. Find and help slaves who have escaped during the chaos.
Challenge accepted. Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of the whole point too. It's going to be really fun to see what everyone can do here on Reaper, see how far they can get, what kind of stuff they can sort of get done on that. It's going to be really cool. We're really looking forward to seeing the videos. To go back though to the question, Druid will not be the final class pass. It's and in our short list of class pass work to do. Next is probably going to be Favored Soul. And whether we end up doing Druid or something that more closely aligns with the work we might be doing elsewhere, that's going to be kind of a big determining factor on things. But I think the intention is to work on Druid soon. Soon. We know it needs to be done. It's going to be a pretty big project, because I think we're going to probably end up overhauling some things and taking a more holistic look at the Druid. And frankly, I think in some particular cases, the Druid maybe even needs more work than some of the other classes. So the time that it's going to take, I think, maybe a slightly bigger concern. So we'll see what we do. But I think Favored Soul is next. And at this point, we don't want to commit to a certain update on that. It kind of depends, because we have a lot of big plans, including, say, Ravenloft and things like that. So we're just going to kind of have to see where the time ends up falling there. But it's on the list.
Pulling the lever unlocks a door nearby.
Alright. Cleric got pushed to the end of the queue. We'll see. We'll see. You should not be having never-ending load screens. I don't know what to tell you about that, other than to suggest you get in touch with customer support. Roar.
The second lever is pulled. A rush of air can be felt as the doors down the hallway open.
Has it begun yet? Only to kind of an early planning state. The actual time to carve out this stuff, no, has not yet been done. Because we've been busy doing other things, like we're working on Dragonborn, our anniversary, Reaper difficulty, champions, new quests, things like that. And we just haven't been able anniversary rewards. So we just haven't been able to carve out the time yet to really dig into Favored Soul. But it's on it's on our list of things to do next. But yeah, I mean, we'll see if we ever truly get done with class passes. I mean, if we were able to achieve that fine sense of balance across every class in the game, for a game as complex as DDO, and be like, we're done, that would be an amazing thing. It's also highly unlikely. All classes are in perfect balance forever. What? How can that be so?
The sound of a gate grinding open can be heard in the distance. Then come frenzied shouts that grow closer with every second.
Yeah, I do think, I don't know if it's going to be quite as big a deal as hand wraps, but it's up there, because you figure we're going to really need to take a look at the bear animal form, perhaps the elemental animal form. We're going to have to look at, you're right, the various unarmed fighting and things like that that happens. Presumably maybe fix a few of these kind of exploit bugs, etc., etc. There's a lot to do, really, with Druid. I know we've had a lot of requests for spells, that sort of thing, and that's not even getting to, say, the enhancement tree work itself, so...
Inside the cage are several levers. It seems likely that they control the doors to the slave cells. The third lever is pulled, and the remaining slave, the door barring your exit, swings open as the lever is pulled.
Cool. Regarding character transfers, will there be store sales that include character transfers? Probably not, at least in the short term. I don't think that that's something we're likely to do in the short term. But I do think we have some ability to adjust that price in the future. So we're going to kind of have to see where we end up on that, but it is possible that we could have some fluidity in that character transfer pricing as we, see fit. So we'll see.
The last hiding slave leaves to find Lady Morwen. You pray the group will be able to escape the fortress safely.
But I don't think it's going to necessarily just be a direct, hey, it's like regular rotating sales. And Druids really need a lot of enhancement tree work, as someone points out as well. So on top of all that other kind of class work, it's going to be a big overhaul on the enhancement tree too. So who knows exactly where that falls into the timeline of things, but we'll see.
These are the officers' quarters.
Yeah, I know. We were working to get our sales out yesterday, and there was a transition period where we had the wrong date in there, and that got fixed this morning. A lot of times people tend to rush the sales page kind of on Thursday afternoon, even though technically they're not really, Friday midnight. But whatever. We appreciate how excited people are about it. But sometimes as we're putting things up, you may see a couple of changes there. Now, yesterday's was a little bit bigger because we just didn't catch it and went home for the day. But normally we'd catch that stuff a little bit better. So.
Sound of chatter can be heard from deeper within the fortress.
But yes. We can't time travel yet, so when you have a sensation like, aren't they talking about... Yes, probably are. What is something fun? Oh, you'll have to plug it into the store and find out on your own. Yeah. Gax2121 is suggesting that we take a look at the game from a new player perspective and have perhaps a few more earlier tutorial quests. I think longer term that is something we'd be curious to perhaps take a look at. Short term, I don't think it's on our agenda just due to time, but going to be busy with Ravenloft and such. But it's a cool idea, and you're not wrong. It would be useful, I think. So we'll see. Any word on having surname changes go on sale? I've not heard of any plan to do that. So load screens are just JPEG files. Someone is saying load screens are crashing the game. It's probably not the screens that are crashing. It's probably something else going on with instancing. My suggestion would be to reboot your computer. And if you really feel it is a splash screen issue, you can find the location. Just Google it. It's been on the forums of where the splash screens are located, and then you can delete them. And then the next time you open up the launcher, you'll get a splash screen refresh. They'll re-download. And so if it's really truly crashing your game client, that would perhaps fix your issue. But no, I've not heard of any plan to put a surname change on sale. Oh, no. I'm so metal.
The force pulling you towards the ceiling suddenly stops.
So yeah, I'm actually kicking off a brand new campaign tomorrow. We're doing it in the office because we've got big tables. That's how it works sometimes. We're all a bunch of gamers here. We tend to just be like, let's just play in the office. We've got all these big tables, got pop machines, snack machines. Anyway, that's happening tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. I rolled up. This is actually going to be a 3.5 campaign as well. Most of my recent campaigns have been 5th edition, which I've been enjoying quite a bit. But it's interesting. I just rolled up a new 3.5 cleric. Going to be the traditional healer type on the party there. And that should be pretty cool. I still have to actually pick my feats and such. I'm still some character work to do this evening, but the character's basically fleshed out for tomorrow's first session of the campaign. And this is set in someone's own Obsidian Portal world. If you know what Obsidian Portal is, it's kind of a pen and paper management system, group management system. And the DM has her own campaign setting that I guess I probably shouldn't say the name of in case she doesn't want everyone reading it. But it's cool. Should be pretty fun. Now, my clerics in 3.5 in particular tend to be pretty traditional. You know, high wisdom, moderate charisma, decent strength, decent con. Kind of like DDO, to be honest. I tend to go full plate on them if I can get full plate. We're only level 2 right now and I don't have full plate, but mace and shield. Domain spells, hopefully for healing and such. Yeah, I agree. It's a technical reason why you can't change your surname on a TR, but I agree that would be a nice thing to have, for sure. Who knows, maybe it's something we could take a look at in the future.
Various grim-looking devices are scattered throughout this torture chamber.
We are working on a new producer's letter, and by working I mean planning to do, not actually working on it yet, because we've been busy this week. But within the next couple of weeks, we hope to get out a new producer's letter for DDO. This will be Sev talking about kind of what our general plans are for 2017, so you can kind of get more locked down, like, oh, okay, so this is what's going to happen. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, that kind of thing. And that's something we hope to do within the next 2 weeks, perhaps even into next week. But we'll see what the reality is on that. And we're planning to do that for Lord of the Rings as well, for those who care. Now that we've got all the like tickets, a bunch of ticket work done, a bunch of update work done, things like that, we have a little bit of time to focus on that kind of thing. So we shall.
Different gems can be seen down on the cavern floor. With the door unsealed, you may continue into the caverns below.
When you're low level and your jump score sucks, so this can be a little more challenging, huh?
This room is clearly used to store and cure cheeses.
Jeez. For Movember, I pretty much have everybody's stuff handed out. I've done a lot of drawings. It's all pretty much done. The only stuff I have left to do is organize the individual meetups for people who donated enough to hang out with me in game. And so that'll be in the coming months, because we've got a bunch of people,
This room is for making honey. You should be safe.
Oh, I'm funny. I'm covered in honey. Not the bees. Such a great section. There we go.
The door rolls open, revealing a small settlement built into the very walls of the cave.
I appreciate the feedback on the
Defensive positions inside
cost of the surname
need to destroy these strongholds.
thing. Appreciate the feedback.
Defenders falls. The hobgoblins outside the barracks have been defeated. The last guardian of the kennels falls. The natural cavern once again gives way to a masonry hallway.
Alrighty, let's see. So what else can I mention? We are going to be putting together a new bonus calendar for the next quarter here that got done this week. So we can talk a little bit more about that soon. I may actually end up putting it into a calendar a little bit ahead of time if I can. I know that I've received a lot of feedback that people would like to have a little bit better sense of when that stuff's actually happening, so perhaps it's something we can do in the new year. Otherwise, I'm going to be in probably late February updating the Players Council. And one of the things I'm going to be doing is removing the old requirement that you serve for 1 year and then have 2 years between before you can serve again. Instead, what I want to do is turn it into more of a. Uh, it will be a little less secretive just because we're bringing so many more people through the area. It's unrealistic to think that everyone's just going to keep a secret. So, but it is going to be still have an NDA of some kind. But we're going to rotate people more through it more frequently. So folks who are really, really good at giving us feedback, we're going to keep them around for a while. And people who are curious, but maybe don't have a full year or don't want to feel like obligated for a certain thing can kind of come in and out of the program. We can bring people in and out based on really their area of expertise. So, for example, with the favorite soul thing, there may be some players who are really, really they care deeply and have really intelligent feedback to offer us regarding favorite soul, but they don't necessarily want to commit to a full year. They just want to talk to us about favorite soul stuff and that too. So one of our goals is to um, accommodate that a little bit better, both for us and for everyone else. It's going to benefit us because we can have more people. We can rotate people in and out. We can kick people out if we want to. That will happen. Sometimes people they don't like the process or they're just not doing a very good job of giving us feedback, and we can say, nope, you're gone. But we can also bring people on more frequently and not have to worry about, is your term up? Have you sent in an application? Blah, blah, blah. We are still going to do applications, but it's really going to be more fluid based on whatever it is we want to do. So that's the kind of big picture goal of what to expect here with the Players Council in 2017. And that's something that's, like I say, really going to kick off more in probably late January than any time immediate. Because we just have to get out some updates. We have things we need to do before we really tackle that. So don't send in your applications yet. Honestly, I'm even on the slowest year, I've had like 500 applications. So I have a feeling this new round is going to bring out a lot of people. And so I would not be too surprised if I hit 1,000, say, applications. And I don't know if you can imagine, but that takes a little bit of time to sort through. So, we'll see. So probably late January, early February is going to be the target date for that.
You open the last door. Slaves emerge from their cells and escape.
Farwell, I'm not going to get into that right now because of two reasons. One, it's something that's still being developed, and two, it is something that we want people to check out on Lamania. So, um, yeah.
Before you stands Juliet, Marquessa's assistant.
But the question was, can I give a sneak peek about what Reaper XP will be used for? We do have plans for that. You will be earning Reaper XP that you'll be spending on things, but I want to not really get too much into that right now. We want people to discover that, and we want to have a more focused feedback rather than just sort of talking about it here. Yeah, plus I agree. I don't think it's going to be in the next preview. Because they ain't ready yet. Go.
Marquesa, the slave lord, stands before you.
When is the remnant event for a fire crown? That's happening right now. Through next Wednesday. So being shut off, I believe, next Thursday. When we do our other bonus, which will kick off then.
Marquesa is dead, and her followers routed. Now to search for clues that might lead to the slave lord's primary stronghold. Marked on the map is a cave that leads to the slave city.
Alright.
This must be the slave lord's main base.
Very cool. Good timing as well. I'm probably going to wrap up the show here a little bit early because, like I say, I do have a 1 o'clock teleconference I have to do. Some arrows. Alright, very cool. Awesome, thanks. I also realized I didn't get you guys your turbine point codes for Wednesday. Yeah, so I'm going to get those out this afternoon, and I apologize for the delay. No, sorry, I don't want to give it away. I really want to get, some feedback of people actually looking at it and that sort of thing. So I don't want to really just spoil that all here and ruin our chance to get a good preview. All right, folks, thank you very much for watching Friday afternoon here on twitch.tv/DDO stream and youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live. Quick programming note, Strim Tom, who normally goes Monday nights from 7 to 10, is now Tuesdays 7 to 10. That is actually messing up a little bit with Patrick's DDO cast return, so he may be streaming just on DDO cast for a little while. Until we find a good time slot for him and that. But we'll see. And we also have some openings. I know I was talking to someone not that long ago who was interested in being on our Twitch channel, but as you can see, the calendar, we've had a few people sort of take off and do other things. So there is room for you if you do Twitch streaming, if you understand Twitch streaming enough to feel comfortable and sort of doing the kind of program you want to do on your own. Please get in touch with me. We can get you set up here on DDO Stream. I do require a basic knowledge of how to stream. And you can't be totally awful, but clearly you can be pretty awful because look at this guy, right? No, anyway. You know what I'm talking about. Get in touch with me if you want to be on DDO stream here. Otherwise, I'm going to call it a show. Hope you have a great DDO weekend. Hope you get lots of mysterious remnants, and we will see you with a Reaper preview next week. I'll be back next Wednesday at noon for the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. Thanks again. Have fun, everyone.